Okay, and we are live. Hello, and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And today we have TikTok's favorite mom herself, Darla Landreth. Hello,
Hey.
Darla.
Thank you so much for inviting me to hang out here.
Oh my God, we're so excited.
We're so happy to have you.
Just to give you a little context, in case you're like, what do you mean TikTok's favorite mom? Isn't that Kendall Landreth? Yeah, it is. But who do you think that's based on? Hello, read a book.
Read a book. It's based on Darla.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have you, Darla. I know I was asking you a couple of these questions before, but were you a Top Chef fan? Had you seen an episode before this one?
I had never watched this show before. The only cooking show I've ever watched is like the British Bake Off.
Yes.
Thing. I watch that all the time. So this was my first time. I really kind of enjoyed it. I've got to now see it through to the end. So I see
I love
who
that.
wins. So they're down to 6 now after this show. So I gotta keep up with, I got a new show, which I needed. Yeah.
I love that. And I want to kind of just throw this out there already, Darla. We do have some Kendall fans in the audience. So if you can start thinking of like maybe something embarrassing about Kendall that you can share with the audience, you can kind of,
or it can just be really, really embarrassing.
It can be embarrassing in general. Just you can kind of like think about that for the next little bit. Let us know when you have something.
I'll try to, I'll try to come up with it.
No rush. Yes.
Yeah, no rush on that. We'll sort of check in. And if you guys have any questions for Darla, pop them in the chat. You know the deal. So Darla, a couple orders of business before we get started. First, you guys know Talk Chef is a food charity-based live stream. So this season, just like the last couple seasons, we're going to do a big fundraiser for a food-based charity for the finale. Keep your eyes peeled for that, all of our viewers. Second order of business. Oh, we're so excited. And second order of business, Darla, is something we didn't tell you, which is that just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire, so does every episode of Talk Chef. And it is not cooking related. It is all like Darla food preference based. It is 10 questions, 45 seconds to answer them.
For me or for other people?
For you.
Oh my God.
I know. It's a lot of pressure.
This is a mocktail. This isn't going to do
it. Is that just orange juice?
It's orange juice and sparkling water. It's a fake mimosa.
I thought you were calling it a mocktail, like almost like it's a mocktail mimosa, and it's just orange juice.
It's just orange juice.
It's a mocktail mimosa.
My kids drink mocktails with breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, I was okay. All right. I got this. It's okay. I can do this.
And in case you need more incentive, Darla, there's some cool prizes at stake here. Number one,
prizes.
You could use a prize. Everyone can use a prize. Number one is a deed to the Terlato Wine Vineyard.
Have you ever heard of the Terlato Wine Vineyard?
No, but I certainly need a vineyard.
I think you do too. So, and you might be getting one. We're not sure where the Terlato Wine Vineyard is. It could be located in the depths of the earth. We're not sure. This is a wine company that sponsored a bunch of seasons of Top Chef, and you can't really buy their wine anywhere. It's a semi-made up brand, like almost like like Tool Time isn't a real show, but it is on Home Improvement.
Absolutely, Reka. We've never thought about that Tool Time comparison, but that's a great comparison.
I think that's probably like the correct comparison. We're kind of debuting that Tool Time thing here and now, so get on that. And then
it's even better, really. I can just talk about my vineyard in the abstract and not have all the upkeep and stress.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm so stressed. And then the next prize you win is your own personal suite of broken GE appliances, just like you see on the show. So we're talking an oven that doesn't get up to temp, and a fryer that doesn't get up to temp, a refrigerator whose door doesn't close. All of that could be yours if you complete this challenge in 45 seconds.
Wow, that's amazing.
Are you ready, Darla?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'll start this timer for 45 seconds after Jordan finishes asking question 1.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite thing about Kendall's impression of you?
It's funny.
Who is your is your favorite child?
Jean.
What is the best food?
Toast.
How far would you make it on Top Chef?
I did one round.
What is your signature dish?
Oh, fried chicken.
What is a dish that reminds you of your mom?
Oh, macaroni and cheese.
Name one kitchen tool.
Spatula.
Would you be a good judge on a cooking show?
Yes.
Top Chef or Great British Bake Off?
Oh, I'd probably want to do British Bake Off because I like bacon.
How great are Jordan and Reka?
Amazing.
Oh, Darla, close.
So close, so close.
Oh, no.
We'll give you some of the shriveled grapes from Trulato as a consolation.
Yeah. Darla, toast is a crazy answer for the best food. You think the best food is toast?
Yes. Without doubt. Without question. Toast.
Wow. It's crazy.
Can I ask what about it?
Well, I like really nutty, crunchy toast. I like it buttered. I like it with drizzled honey. I like it with apple butter. I like it with and it goes really good with the tea or the coffee. Yes. And you can have it anytime. Sure. And toast is just the best.
A case for toast. Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually in the market for a new toaster. I want to get a really good one this time.
Okay, drop your toaster Rex in the chat. And also, Darla makes incredible apple butter that she cans herself.
I do. And it's good on the toast.
So maybe one day Darla will donate a jar of her apple butter for us to, I don't know, raffle off for charity or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I love that. Wow, I love this. Yes, Christine wants to tell you, Darla, there's a Texas toast quickfire in this season where they make Texas toast.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yes. Yeah. Gorgeous. Well, let's dive on into this episode.
Okay.
Now, we get a quickfire that we were kind of chatting about before we went live that was making a monochromatic vegetarian dish. What do we think of this?
I think it's fine. We've seen the monochromatic challenge before.
Have we?
Yes, we did it. Kelly Clarkson came on and judged one as a promo for the second Trolls movie.
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson came in as Trolls 2. And
two seasons ago?
It was on All Stars, season 17.
All Star, yeah, so and 2 seasons ago.
As part of the promotion for Trolls, it was so funny. The chefs were like,
was it all green?
It was like all of the colors in the Trolls universe or whatever. Okay. And then when they got back to their apartments, we couldn't have been more excited. When we got back to our apartment, there was an absolutely ginormous box of Trolls memorabilia. And it was maybe this big.
Of literally a little headband you put on that had troll hair on it. It was very, very stupid. But Kelly Clarkson seemed very nice. And the Trolls movies are incredible. If anyone has not seen them, I would actually recommend them. They're pretty good movies.
Okay, so in a way, we're sponsored by Trolls 2 as well.
We're sponsored by Trolls 2, and I'm Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, and I'm Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Our two alter egos. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I thought it was boring. I thought we've done it before. I don't want to see it again. We've done it before. I guess it's cool that it's vegetarian. The dishes seemed cool, but this season is every single challenge we've seen before. And I'm could they not hire a challenge coordinator and they just had to reuse old challenges? Hire me and you as the challenge coordinators.
Get ready for next episode. They're doing the exact same challenge. They're doing, it was in the preview. Someone in the chat can hit me up about what it was. It's something they've done 4 seasons ago. I forget what it was.
What is that about? I don't understand.
Well, haven't they been on 20 years or something? How long?
Yeah.
Wait, this is episode. Yeah, maybe they're just out. How many challenges can you have?
Yeah. Darla, infinite. Right. They should hire Reka and I to think of the challenges.
Well, they should. Obviously, they should do that.
Think about how funny they'd be and crazy. Oh, it'd be so good.
Well, which thing of the monochrome challenges did you think you might maybe like to try?
I thought all of these dishes looked really good. I think the one I'm most curious to try would be Buddha's, the white one, because I'm like, whoa, all white food. That sounds spooky to me. The one I would probably order in a restaurant is probably Jay's, the strawberry gochujang.
The beet one, of course. Reika loves beets.
Or Damar's, even though broccoli steak makes me want to put a fork into my eyeball, he seemed to do a very good job.
Well, and there was avocado on that one, which interested me.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's actually run through these dishes. That's a great question. So Buddha made a white dish. It was cauliflower and cheese with Vodafone and salted grapes.
It looked really beautiful. The description sounds horrible. Yes. Cauliflower and cheese just seems very stupid, but it looked beautiful.
I'm so curious. I think it looks like pieces of paper. It's so white. Like he really fit the brief. But I would totally eat this. How about you, Darla?
Well, cauliflower and like cheese on cauliflower and just like sounds like something like a Southern mom would do to get their kid to eat the cauliflower.
Yeah.
So it seemed pretty. It seemed pretty mainstream to me. Although I couldn't imagine what the salted grapes were going to be like.
Yeah. I think it sounds really interesting. I also found it interesting that grapes were considered white food. I would have put them more on the yellow or the green.
Right.
Those grapes, but hey, it won't hire me, so
sure. We've tried and they will not hire us.
Oh, they should.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they thinking? Yeah.
Honestly, come on. Okay, then Luke got purple and he made roasted cauliflower with cabbage, purple potato puree, and brown butter carrots. This sounds great.
This sounds good.
When I see roasted cauliflower similar to with a broccoli steak where I want to start crying, I do get very upset and sad because I'm assuming it's going to be thick and it won't be cooked well. But this looked good. How about you, Darla? Any feelings on this?
Yeah, I personally love slicing the purple carrots like that with a little ring of yellow in the middle. I do that, and I roast it. Sorry.
I love that. That looks beautiful.
Ashley got yellow and made curried vegetable puree with marinated curried vegetables and unlisted dehydrated yellow peaches on top.
I'm going to give this a thumbs down. Dehydrated yellow peaches really just doesn't sell it for me. And I think a vegetable curry is one of the easier ways to go for a vegetarian challenge. You know what I mean?
Yes. I thought I like the idea of a curried vegetable puree and then curry on top. I'm wondering, okay, sure. I hate when chefs are like, well, I had time left, and so I thought I would just put some other shit on it.
Yeah. So I put a sandwich on top of my niçoise salad or whatever, and you're like, oh.
My mom to like decorate something will sometimes be like, put like one raisin in the center or whatever. It gives me that vibe. I'm like,
She was like, I've got these crunchy peach things.
Yeah.
In there.
I found these in the bottom of my purse. I might as well just put them on the thing.
Might as well. I don't know. They said the flavor was not super good, as I recall. Or maybe that was the second thing she made. I might even mixed up.
Yes. Yeah, maybe. Let me remember. Damar
got so much though. I want her to do good.
I wanted her to do
Yeah, so do we.
She crushed it in the last episode.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll do better next time then. Everybody has better.
Damar got green and he made harissa glazed broccoli with chermoula and avocado puree.
I screamed when I saw this. This looked so good, and I wish someone would put it on a restaurant menu.
Yes, this looked good. And again, I told you, I was scared. I wet myself when someone said broccoli steak, but it ended up looking very good.
Yeah.
Rika, do you not like broccoli?
No, I love these things. I've just been hurt.
Oh, sure.
By the roasting process. And
when people
I'm
make
guessing.
Like a cauliflower. I've been a vegetarian for 20 years. And so you'll get like a cauliflower steak. I'm like, you cut a cross section of cauliflower and put it in the microwave. This tastes horrible. So when I hear that, I also think of just the center of the vegetable that's so deeply unseasoned and tastes horrible.
Yeah.
So that's bag, and that's trauma, and that's baggage.
That's trauma, yeah. And you're unpacking that, and that's really important. Thank you, Reka.
That's important.
Yeah. It's important to explain your whatever brassica trauma. Okay. Jay got red, and she made strawberry gochujang glazed beets with a walnut puree.
This sounded the most maybe like interesting to me. I was like, strawberry gochujang glazed beets. Like there were so many words that just kept coming one after another.
Like, it sounded almost like a dessert, like a spicy dessert.
I feel like it was this, but then beets.
I don't know. Sound off. You agree, but then beets.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you like beets, Darla? This is like a contentious topic.
I do like beets.
Thank you.
We like beets too.
Yeah, I like beets.
Darla, what's a vegetable you don't like? Or fruit for that matter, but I think you like all fruit.
I like most of them. I like all the food. I'm all food.
There's nothing you don't like?
I'm not a crazy about green beans, but if they're cooked well, I'm okay with them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Probably not my favorite. I really like broccoli. I really like cauliflower. I love Brussels sprouts. I like the carrots and the whole, I really like vegetables.
Wow, I'm shocked. I feel like there has to be something you don't like. Kendall, if you can think of something your mom doesn't like, drop in the chat.
And just a reminder, we're going to keep tabs on whatever an embarrassing Kendall story is.
Just make sure you're still kind of thinking about that.
And if anyone in the chat wants to make up an embarrassing Kendall story, you can pop that up. And
people are saying, if Darla shares something embarrassing about Kendall, Kendall can share something embarrassing about Jordan. I embarrass myself for y'all all the time. What more could you need from me? My whole life is a show, like I'm a little circus monkey dancing for you.
When Kendall was a baby, her very favorite food was butternut squash. And she would she always wanted butternut squash.
Okay, that's cute. It's not embarrassing, so that does not count, but it is cute.
It's embarrassing if we were talking to a family of squash.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like I ate your dad.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, Reka. Sorry if you're a squash and you're watching this show.
Her favorite dessert used to be banana cream pies, like moon pies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
like the banana cream moon pies, and she called them Lello thingies.
Oh,
she said she couldn't say yellow, so she said Lello. Again, also cute and not mean.
Cute, not embarrassing, Darla. So we will not be taking it. Thank you, though.
I'll come up with something.
Thank you. She's very embarrassing, so it has to be easy to think of something.
It should be,
No, we'll wait. However,
we'll wait. Yeah.
Wait for it. It'll be good.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we got Nick, who got orange, and people were like, "Damn, this is rigged." Nick got orange, which I thought was so funny. I guess because he got sweet potatoes. I'm like, I guess he's made sweet potato. I can't remember. I associate him with like cute, like sauces and stuff he makes with like his own name. But anyway, he made a vegetable fried rice, kumquat and peach hot sauce with charred papayas and cauliflower. The sauce is really good, but I'm conflicted. I think this is a case of it's almost like when people are like, cauliflower rice is good. We were just talking about this in the chat. I'm like, cauliflower rice, if you say it's cauliflower and treat it as cauliflower and you season it and you make it nice, yes. If you're saying it's rice and you don't do anything to it, that is wrong to me.
Yeah.
And it feels like this was like using pumpkin and butternut squash almost as rice, and not really doing much to it.
Yeah, I'm just like, don't call a thing that it's not. Don't like tell me that spaghetti squash tastes exactly like pasta. It doesn't.
It tastes like pasta sauce because you put pasta sauce.
Because you put pasta on it. But it tastes like spaghetti squash tastes like spaghetti squash, and that's awesome because spaghetti squash has its own incredible taste. We don't need it to taste like pasta. If you want pasta, just have pasta.
No, Jordan. No.
Why, Reka?
No, because we're all sick in the head and we have to pretend we can't eat pasta. Evelyn got black. And as we were chatting about, like, this is probably the hardest color to get because as Evelyn pointed out, like a lot of black foods are not black in the center.
Yeah.
And she made a charred eggplant and black bean soup with dill yogurt and a black radish crumble. I thought that was like the smartest thing ever. And that
sounds delicious.
A dill yogurt sounds awesome.
Like it needed like a side of like black bread, like
ooh. That would be really good. Yeah. I've never had eggplant and black beans together, but now I'm like, wait, should I be making like a black bean eggplant baba ganoush type situation?
I think so.
Okay, I will.
Well, they said it was really good, and they said that it was very, I forget the term, but like bold of her to make a soup.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Soups are kind of controversial.
Interesting.
So at the end of this quickfire, on the bottom were Nick and Ashley. On the top were Buddha, Damar, and Evelyn. An honorable mention went to Luke. It felt, I'm glad he got a little bit of a mention, but it felt almost like they were like, Luke, you did well for the first time. Good job.
It was weird.
Weird. The winner was Damar, and so he got immunity, the last immunity of the whole season.
What is the immunity?
Immunity means they can't get eliminated. So even if Damar serves his own foot in the next challenge,
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of which, the elimination challenge. The elimination challenge was honoring Juneteenth. And it was to make a dish that shows your soul, or like your version of soul food, for a Juneteenth fundraiser in Freedmanstown.
Very cool.
Juneteenth has a lot of obviously historical ties to Texas, so I thought this was a really cool challenge. And Top Chef has been doing a really awesome job at like getting specific about other cuisines sometimes that they are not specific about, like being like, here's like Texan Black soul food. Here is West African food. Here is
so they're not just like Southern food.
Yeah,
it's like that's such a broad category.
Exactly. So I dug that, and then they got to sample some from a place called This Is It Food. Got some candied yams and mac and cheese. It looked really good. I thought this challenge was cool.
I agree.
And the venue is beautiful.
Oh my god!
Yes,
that was really pretty.
Incredible.
And I loved also a cameo from Naisha. I feel like we never get to see her. Naisha was in season 9, Texas. She got eliminated too soon on a double elimination that she did not deserve to go home for. And even her partner would admit that.
I'll say this. I don't think double elimination should happen.
I think it's
Do we have thoughts on that?
I think it's unfair. So Darla, basically double elimination is when you, in the context we're talking about, it could just mean 2 people individually are eliminated. It could also mean you do a partner challenge. So say you and Tommy Screw Up are partners, and Tommy Screw Up does a bad job, but you're not, compensating enough for him. So you both end up on the bottom and you both go home.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't like
that. Doesn't seem fair at all.
Exactly.
Tommy Screw Up is such a funny name.
Yeah. He's a great guy, though. So,
he's he's awesome.
No, I would hate that if I was like, I feel like if you're on a cooking show, you should be doing like your own thing. Like, oh God, that would be so horrible. That's so much pressure too.
Exactly. And I understand the logic of like, you're all supposed to be leaders in the kitchen. Can't you guide your partner? But I feel like that's more of a challenge for like a restaurant where you're like leading people.
Yeah.
No, in this challenge, you're all like you're all equals. Like, I think it's kind of an unreasonable ask. Anyway, boop, boop, boop. So Nick made Nana's salmon cake with remoulade and Hoppin' John salad on top. This looked awesome.
Really good.
Yeah, this sounded great.
It
sounded great.
Was quite orange. Nick sort of kind of doing a take 2 on the earlier challenge.
Yes.
Jay made Mama Kim, so her mom's flaked cod with Korean sweet potatoes, kimchi, and shrimp bisque. This looked
so good. This is what I want to eat for dinner tonight.
I got worried when she mentioned like, oh, I want to give them the experience of a baby eating.
No.
I was like,
a baby eating fish.
Yes. Jay, what are you gonna do, Jay?
Gonna puree that? What are you gonna do?
Something weird. But this looked awesome. Evelyn, after my own heart, a beet sope with chorizo, charred pineapple, and salsa verde.
I love pineapple on something sweet. Actually, Kendall and I were up visiting Darla and Jean this weekend, and we went to this place that puts a pineapple pico de gallo on their like fish and shrimp tacos, and it's so good.
That's really nice. Oh, and Elaine is pointing out, yes, Kendrick Sampson was in this episode. He's on Insecure, and he's actually a huge Black Lives Matter activist in Los Angeles, in case that's interesting to anyone. Beep boop bop, this looked so good. Okay, Damar made hoe cakes and collard greens with smoked ham hock. This looked awesome.
Yeah.
I was surprised when he said he was making hoe cakes. I was surprised when he said he was making hoe cakes because I thought, like, you have to make all these to order, man. You can't make these ahead of time. That sounds really annoying.
I wanted to crawl through and help him with like the temperature of his cast iron skillet that was clearly like too high and then too cool and then
oh God.
A nightmare.
What a bummer. But it looked great. Are you guys collard green fans?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a hard cooked collard green, and I love a gently sauteed collard green.
Yeah.
Darla?
This is not many people know this, and I'm kind of ashamed that I've never had
collard green. Darla, you're from the South.
No, my mom did not. I'm from North Carolina.
Okay.
My mother just did not cook at all, and it just wasn't ever something that was served.
Yeah.
And then I moved, you really need a mama that's going to make that. And that didn't happen, you know?
We, meaning Jordan, will make you some.
Yeah, because it looked really good. I was looking at that going, I bet that looks really good. And with the little cornbread. I can make cornbread. Make cornbread.
Anytime I've had collard greens, usually they have meat in them, but when I have had them, I love them.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashley made low country crab rice and oyster gravy. This sounds good to me, but it seems you guys can probably speak to it more so than me. Are crab rice and oyster gravy not a match made in heaven?
You normally, in my opinion and thought, wouldn't serve them together because normally it's like oyster gravy, like it's nice to have crab or oyster. You know what I mean? So if you're having oyster gravy, you want to highlight the oyster. If you're having crab rice or something with crab in it, you want to highlight the crab. And I don't necessarily think crab is really sweet and oyster is really salt, briny.
Yeah.
I don't think they're necessarily complementary flavors. So I don't think it's I'm sure it tastes good, but I just think it feels a little unfocused.
Copy.
They kind of were the judges were kind of saying it was too wet, it was almost like it was too much gravy on the rice or something. It was kind of, not so.
And I think that's why I had trouble understanding because I love a wet. I love to eat a wet. And I think Jordan, if I'm not mistaken, you like to eat a wet too.
Absolutely.
So I just need to kind of hear, thank you for your insights, both of you. I needed to kind of hear why I couldn't have a wet.
Absolutely. I think too, keep in mind, if I was making something for the judges, I wouldn't put as much sauce on it as I would at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
they can't
handle it.
It's a personal preference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they can't handle it.
I feel what you were saying about them kind of standing on their own oysters and crab and maybe not being the best complement to each other.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I can't imagine what that would taste like.
Yeah. Maybe two warring factions or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke made his mom's meatloaf. I'm going to say this wrong. Frikadeller style with white cheddar mash and gravy glaze.
This looked good, and the description sounded good.
Yeah, I would eat it. It looked a little less like a meatloaf and more like a flattened meatball.
It looked like kibbeh or something.
Yeah. I would eat that.
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw him frying it, I was like, meatloaf, you don't fry meatloaf. I just felt like it was going to be dry and compact, and it was.
And you were right. They said it was tight. I've honestly never heard meat described that way on this show. Tight.
But when they said that, I knew what they meant. You know what they mean. You know what that is.
Oh.
It was just kind of Yeah.
Yes.
Dry. So that's a shame though, because like I feel like his mashed potatoes are probably pretty good.
Oh yeah.
For the first time, she was like, "Don't be shy," and she sang, and I was like, "Padma, voice of an angel, singing about mashed potatoes."
She wants them. Yeah, she's excited.
She needs them. Yeah. Okay, Buddha made grandma's curry, which is nasi lemak. When he was like, "I'm making Indonesian food," I was like, "Is he making nasi lemak?" And he was making nasi lemak. This didn't look like what I understood nasi lemak to look like, but I'm also a dodo brain, but it looked good.
Yes, I agree with you. I was kind of surprised by the way that it looked, but it looked good.
I had it once, and it was a vegetarian version in Malaysia. It just didn't look as like, I guess wet, but I guess they're not, I'm Googling it, they're not all wet. I just ate a really wet one. So screw me. I guess.
Yeah.
So. I just like the little story about his dad. It was very sweet.
I started tearing up. That really,
that was very sweet. I wanted it to be really, really good.
I know.
Yeah.
And then everyone's stories really made me tear up. When everyone talked about her grandma, I was like, much love to grandmas, love a grandma and talk shop.
Very sweet.
Yes, adorable.
Yeah.
So those
grow up with is just very. Even if it isn't like, even if you look back and you're like, yeah, well, that wasn't the greatest, you still want it. It's kind of weird.
Is there a dish, as Kendall's mom, is there a dish you want her to continue making of yours?
Oh, Kendall does not cook.
I seem to remember that, but I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm like, I hope nothing.
Her eggs better than any of us. She makes really good eggs. But like, that I make, God, I don't know. I can make my mama's chicken and dumplings.
Yum.
And so that is something that her and Maddie, it would be good if one of them could learn how to make that to pass it down.
That's cute.
Yeah. I think maybe Maddie's tried. Kendall hasn't given that a go yet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Darla, I think you might be teaching it to me if you want it to see the light of the future.
We can talk about that, yeah.
Incredible. All right. So on the bottom, they didn't really say, but it seemed like maybe Buddha and Ashley were on the bottom, in addition to Luke. And then the winner was Jay, which was really nice. And then Luke got the boot today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bummer, but as Elena's saying, it might have been his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think? Do we like this episode? I thought it started off a little like whatever, and it got good.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, it was my first time. I was just trying to.
Yeah.
I did watch it twice just to be sure.
That's so sweet of you.
I want to know, is there anything the second time that you picked up that you didn't see or didn't notice or appreciate or whatever on your first watch?
Honestly, I just kind of like solidified who was cooking what, because it moves faster than like Bake Off when I watch it. So it was a faster moving show. So like I was kind of like, I kind of like got the characters down a little bit, or not the characters, the contestants. I kind of got them down a little bit, but like I think I caught most of the thing. Like most of the stuff that I thought looked really good, I still thought it looked good the second time. So
yeah.
I still haven't thought of anything embarrassing. Gene, I don't know. He's watching TV. He could probably think of something. Have you got an embarrassing Kindle story, Jordan?
I'm sure I do. I'm trying to think of which one I can share and not get in trouble for sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's in the other room, so she can run in and stop me. That's kind of the beauty of you telling a story, Darla, is that
nothing can happen.
Yeah, we're a 6-hour drive from you,
You'd have to start running now, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You'd have to start running now. She would.
Or are there any fun food stories? It can be your food story. It could be a story with Kendall.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm so bad at it. You should have given me prompts earlier.
Sorry.
I swear to God, good. I'm trying to think. Food story, Kendall. Oh, when Kendall was little, she loved dirt and worms. There was this restaurant, not real dirt and worms, but that was the
mud pie, like.
It's like a brownie and some chocolate pudding and then little gummy worms.
Yes.
And like we made those for our birthday one year instead of cake. And like the kids all got to assemble them themselves. That's just kind of a cute story. It's not embarrassing.
So cute. Well, we do have a question for you from Elaine, which is, do your friends watch Kendall's videos? Does it ever come up in your daily life?
It does. I think most of them do. They've seen them or heard about them. You know, we're a little small town, tiny little community. So yeah, definitely a lot of friends and family watch our videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Question from me, what is your like desert island food if you have one? Like a meal you could always eat?
Oh god, it's probably toast. And eggs.
So
toast?
I love toast and eggs, and yeah, I love breakfast.
Love that. That's so funny.
That is wild. Toast.
It's funny.
Okay, Kendall.
Like, what could you eat every single day?
Kendall, Mother's Day is coming up. If you want to get started on the toast.
Yeah, toast for mom this Mother's Day.
Oh, I love toast and coffee and eggs.
Oh,
okay, toast and coffee and eggs. How do you like your eggs in a perfect world?
Well, poached, right? And I recently learned how to make perfect poached eggs.
She did. I have to tell you, she has been poaching eggs. I'm poaching eggs for like a group too, like for multiple people, and they are perfect.
Yeah, I can do like 8 at a time. Like it took me some planning and plotting and YouTube watching, but I finally cracked the code.
Okay, Jason wants to know, do you do TikTok?
I do have a few TikToks, not very many, but I've done a few, and I'm thinking about doing one with an instructional one on poaching eggs.
Okay.
You gotta do one.
Yeah, and toast, the proper toasting of toast. I'm gonna have to get the new toaster first. My toaster is like 15 years old.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really gross. But I did a
sponsorship with the toster company for sure.
I know, right? I want a really good one.
Get your mama toaster.
I want a high-end toaster. I don't think Kendall can afford it.
Yeah. Kendall can't afford me.
Kendall.
I don't want to financially stress her out.
To find the Rolls Royce of toasters.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, Darla, are you gonna buy a $1,000 toaster?
Yeah,
like, how fancy is this toaster?
No, it's not gonna be that fancy, but like, I want to, it needs to be a good one. I want my toast even.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
would like it to like have good sized slots, and I think I want the slow like rise instead of the pop too.
Oh, the pop.
Yeah.
I didn't even know slow rise existed.
Well, you start reading about high-end toasters. There's some other features like that.
Hey, Jordan, I'm not getting the right magazine.
All right, okay, yeah. I'm not doing the high-end research that Darla's doing.
Oh my God. I don't know why. But I did do some videos. Like I did a whole series of decorating the house at Christmas.
Cool.
Do that, but yeah, I do a few. But I'm not good at it, and I get distracted and forget to film things. So
that is hard.
Yeah.
We have another question for you, Darla.
Okay.
Someone wants to know, Elaine specifically wants to know, what's the best non-toast meal you've ever had?
Okay.
If even such a thing exists.
Yeah, if you've had a good meal that wasn't toast.
Have you ever had a meal that was good that wasn't toast?
Yeah.
Probably always included some toast. I really
like a bruschetta, a crostini.
Yeah, she's being paid by the Toast Council.
I do love a bruschetta, and that cheese, the baked brie that we got.
Yes.
Oh, we had a very good baked brie.
That was really, really good. I love food. Like I love sushi, and I love obviously breakfast, and I'm not much of a steak eater, but I love Italian. I love the way an Italian restaurant makes you feel, which is again with more bread and wine.
Bread, as you know, the toast of Italy.
Yeah, or bread, premature toast.
Yeah,
a toast that hasn't evolved.
Like I guess I'm a fan of all the breads, like cornbread, biscuits, toast, bagels. But then I also, I love all food.
So you think
it's hard to narrow it down to one thing.
You think toast is better than a biscuit?
You can't get decent biscuits in California.
That's not my question, Darla. In general, you think toast is better than a biscuit?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Cracked with sourdough, yes.
I was just going to ask you, Darla, within the category of toast, what your favorite breads are to create.
Yeah.
Sourdough?
So yeah, I like a sourdough, and I like it to have like nuts and things in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, I love it.
But I do love a biscuit, but like I just don't even bother. Like when I go home, when I go back to North Carolina, I definitely have some biscuits.
Yeah.
But they just don't do it right out here. Jean gets some, and they're like heavy. Like
every biscuit here is like a drop biscuit, but like also kind of a bad one.
You know what I'll say too, even worse, New York obviously has great food. I'm not the first person to say that, but every Southern restaurant I went to New York that had biscuits, their biscuits were like a scone. They were heavy and dry. And I was like, why does no one in New York know how to make a singular biscuit? Like even Southern restaurants where like the other Southern food was good. Like they had good fried catfish and fried chicken and like pie and stuff. They still could not master the biscuit. And I'm like, I don't know. Also growing up, my aunt kept a bag of frozen biscuits in her freezer. And by growing up, I mean, she still does it now. And she will just take as many as we want out and put them in the toaster oven. And they are literally perfect. I'm going to text her right now to find out what brand of biscuits that is so I can tell all of you.
I think they're Pillsbury, but the frozen variety.
They might be. I'm like, they are so good.
But like even a chain like Cracker Barrel, you can roll into any Cracker Barrel in the South, and they're like this tall, they're light as air, fluffy. The Cracker Barrel down in Rockland, they're like little cookies, like flat things. I don't know.
Why?
Anyway,
what's going on?
Here to there.
In the chat, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, why? Somebody needs to make. Someone said a good biscuit from like fast food, Hardee's, aka Jack in the Box, right? Hardee's is Jack in the Box.
I think it's Carl's Jr.
Oh,
Hardee's is Carl's Jr.
You're right. So they say
I have not tried. Hardee's biscuits were a legend. That is true. I haven't ever tried. I just gave up. I stopped trying.
Okay, yeah, we don't have Hardee's.
I switched to sourdough because that's where you are. Like I'm in Northern California. Why wouldn't I have sourdough? I wouldn't get sourdough if I was in Georgia.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You know.
Burger King used Pillsbury biscuits. Wait, also Christine, you used to work at a Burger King. Christine, do you know that I love Burger King? I really stand for it.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. I love Burger King.
Gene is obsessed with Burger King.
Yes, Kendall's father, Gene, loves Burger King. We got him a Burger King sweatshirt for Christmas.
Yeah, he wears it all the time.
Loves it. I think Burger King is so much better than McDonald's. And if anyone has anything to say to me about it, DM me and we'll fight.
Growing up, that was the preferred one for my family as well as Burger King.
That's also Burger King always, because my parents don't eat meat. Burger King was the first fast food place to have any type of vegetarian option other than the Wendy's baked potato. Burger King had a veggie burger in like, I want to say the early 2000s, which is like huge.
I think it's
you were the breakfast manager? He stole my heart.
The breakfast manager. Also, Reka, you know that the French toast sticks at Burger King are vegan. Do you know this?
I didn't know that. Now I do.
They are vegan.
That means they don't have eggs.
Yes.
And I think that could be troubling. Yeah.
No.
Sure. Someone might find that troubling that French toast have eggs. But we could also choose not to think about it.
I think it's just cinnamon sugar bread deep fried is what it is. And then you dip it in syrup.
It's not really French toast. Like it's a different thing. Like French toast is not that.
Darla, this is a Burger King, okay? They're not, I'm not buying $300 toasters, okay? I'm going to Burger King. That's the difference between you and me, Darla.
Okay, well, I haven't bought it yet, but I'm looking. I'm perusing.
She's on the hunt.
I'm investigating.
I love this. Gorgeous. Well, are there any other questions for Darla while we have her?
Drop them in the chat.
Sorry, I didn't come up with an embarrassing Kindle moment.
You're so fine. Control.
I don't think it's fine. I'm upset. I want to know an embarrassing story about Kendall.
I have thinking on it. Darla, do you have a favorite dessert?
Oh, yeah, tiramisu. I'm sorry.
I love tiramisu.
Love tiramisu. Or just in chocolate in general, but I love, and I really see. I never have a favorite anything, do I? I'm a real big fan of like a cobbler with some grain. So I do a lot of that in the summer, like blackberry cobbler, pizza cobbler, that kind of thing.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, those are great.
I made a really good carrot cake though the other day that Jordan liked.
Oh my.
Oh, it was so good. It was unbelievable. It was so moist. She put a can of crushed pineapple in it. It was so good.
Talking cream cheese frosting?
Yes, of course. But you know what I'll tell you? The cream cheese frosting was sweeter than most cream cheese frostings, I think, which made me like it more.
Yeah. Well, this was a recipe I got from a friend. So I don't know. It's the first time I've made the cream cheese frosting. I tend to be more of a pie person.
Yeah. Also, I can answer this question. Someone asked if Darla's ever cooked for me, and Darla's cooked for me a bunch of times. We've cooked for each other. Darla's made me.
Yeah, we have.
Darla makes me shrimp tacos a lot when I come to visit because I love shrimp tacos. She makes me breakfast. She makes me grits with poached eggs because I love both of those things.
But she always puts pimento cheese in because
I do, because I'm a freak. The first time I ever did it, her whole family was like, "What's wrong with you?" And now her mom gets me pimento cheese when I come to put in my grits. It's very delicious. And they're all haters for not trying it. Darla has made so many like cakes. You made a cake. Last time I was here, you made a chocolate cake. I'm trying to think of what else you like normally make for us. I don't know. Very delicious.
I don't know, when you guys come down, we typically eat out a lot too, because you guys are always wanting to try restaurants, and I'm always wanting to take you to local places. And so
it's true. It's very, very true.
We
Wonderful.
tend to eat out.
I guess last question, I think this is from Rhiannon. Darla, if you're going to a cookout, what are you making?
Oh, I'm probably going to bring the apple pie.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Course. Classic.
Yeah. Do you do a double crust, a crumb crust?
I did. Okay, so I have a different apple pie. It's kind of, and I don't have the recipe in front of me. I haven't made it in a while because COVID. But like, so you fill the crust with your apples. It honestly, I mean, you could use cinnamon and stuff on it, but I don't. It's kind of a different one. You make a lattice crust then over it, and then you make like a caramel topping, and you pour the caramel all over the top of it and bake it like that. And so it's just kind of different. It's more of a caramel apple kind of apple pie.
Delicious.
Amazing.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Like it.
Why haven't I had that is the real question.
Well, there's time, Jordan. There's time.
Thank you, Darla.
I can bring that, yeah. Or maybe the deviled eggs. The kids always make me make those too.
We love a deviled egg.
I'm an old Southern lady, and that's what we do.
That's beautiful. We love that. Well, Darla, if people want to see more from you, where should they go?
Well, I do have a TikTok and I have an Instagram, and I'm pretty just out there. Darla Landreth, that's me. I'm out there. So, but I don't spend a lot of time on it. I'm not an influencer. Like, I occasionally just post something because I feel like it. But yeah. And then I'm lurking around in Kendall's comments on her TikTok all the time.
Incredible.
Because I gotta be supportive. Gotta support, and Jordan's too sometimes, because
that's true.
Yeah, because gotta support our girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Darla. This was such a delight. And if anyone else has embarrassing Kendall stories, drop them on, put them in our email, DM us.
I don't really have any. I guess my only one is that I've been able to hear Kendall clipping her toenails in the other room the entire time we've been filming this. So that's the embarrassing story I have right now.
An hour? How many toes do you think she has?
It seems like she's been doing it for 100 years. I'm going to go in there and all her toes are going to be gone. I don't know how it's possible.
We just had mani-pedis like 2 weeks ago, so she really should not be doing that.
So we'll see. If she's not doing that, I don't know what she's doing. That's the exact sound of it.
Because I'm sure that there are, I'm sure there's stuff.
Kendall says that's Colin.
Okay, Kendall, a likely story.
She's blaming it.
As if Colin has toenails. Come on.
A likely story.
Right. Next she'll be blaming it on poor Angel.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in and join us